Thank you. So again, my name is Catalina Arazuri. I'm a laurel, I'm a pelican, I'm a duchess, but I also really love to dance. So I'm going to share with you my screen for a few minutes here, and we're going to look at some of the images that I chose to try and recreate. So give me a moment. You're going to have to look at my Facebook thing for a second here. We're going to get off of that. Okay, so if you look at some of the frescoes in history, this is from the Villa Romana, Room of the Dance. You'll see people with veils in the air. Their veils are flying over them. This is in the way. You'll see their skirts, their chitons, their tunicas in motion, moving. If you look at some of these ones here, you can see on the bottom of their dress, they're obviously in the middle of a spin or a turn. You'll see a lot of leans in the way that they move and dance with it. In Greek times, most of the things I looked at in Greek times said that, I'm having trouble here. We're gonna go over here and we're gonna make this bigger. There we go. A specific god or goddess. This is a Greek bronze. I'm sorry, this is a Greek statue. And you can see she's dancing with her veil on still. So a lot of these will show, this one disappeared somehow, but they're dancing with their veil on. This one, she's being very coy. She has her veil wrapped around her head and her face, and she's obviously in a walking motion. You can see she's walking forward with the 1 foot forward, looking over her hip. And this one, the veil is open and wide and she's moving forward. This one looks like she could be hopping. A lot of the talks that they give about, sorry, my words, I'm gonna stop sharing, there we go. So a lot of the papers that I've read and that go from historical texts, dance was seen in Greek times. There was a lot of hopping, a lot of jumping, a lot of twirling. It was very religious. But as you move into Roman times, it became more of for entertainment, and people would hire people to come and dance for them. So, and they would walk in processions. And what I've been practicing are different ways to use a veil to try and get those images that we see in the frescoes. So I'm gonna go ahead and, does anybody have any questions about any of that? It's very theoretical. So if you have questions, you can unmute yourself. You could type them into chat. All right. I will go ahead and start with some of the ideas that I had. I took a lot of modern veiled things and I figured out how to kind of make them look more period. So I'm going to switch cameras here, and I'm going to ask you to, in your, if you're on your laptop or PC in the upper right-hand corner, switch it to speaker view so that, and pin my image so that you have me big so that you can see me when I'm dancing. All right. And it looks like it's still recording.
Yep, you're good.
Thank you. First, I'm going to ask you, if you're going to be dancing with me, to do some stretches on your ankles. So what I like to do is what I call a toe heel. And this just kind of gets your ankles ready to move, because we'll be doing a couple of spins and things like that. So you just touch your heel, touch your toe, touch your toe, touch your heel a few times to get you going. I hope that you guys are all enjoying all of the classes. The Knowne Courtesans, and they really put on a good show here, getting everyone involved. And stretch out, circle out, in, switch to your other foot, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. Wiggle it around, circle it the other direction. Go ahead and stretch up real quick. Probably been sitting in front of the laptop all day. Stretch to one side. One thing I want to say when you are dancing with Roman, make sure that your tunica is short enough that you're not going to trip over it. One of the things I've had happen in the past dancing in Roman is I'll get caught up in my skirts even if I try and billow it. For one, I end up losing my silhouette, and I kind of like my silhouette. For two, as you're moving, things move and you can end up tripping over your skirt, so you don't want to do that. All right, so I'm using a habitoy veil. This one's actually a circle veil. You can use a rectangle veil as well. One of the things I'm going to tell you about veils is you want it tight in your hands. If you leave it loose and floppy when you're dancing with it, it doesn't get the airflow that you want it to get while you're dancing. So when you grab your veil and you bring it behind you, make sure you feel like you have a good hold on it. It's nice and taut in the back, because that'll give you a nice flow when you're moving around, right? So for the ones where they are using the veil above their head, you'll see that it's up above. It's like this. Get close. And a lot of times you'll have some kind of a pin right here holding it in. I have noticed that I have a little stick in here and I can put it through the stick and it'll hold it. See if I can get a little closer there. So there's a little pin right there and I'll put it through there, kind of tuck it in there, and it'll basically hold that where you want it to be for a little bit. And that's when you can do some of those nice poses that they did while they were walking. So they're just blocking. It's super simple. They're just blocking, and then when they walk, they take steps to the side, and then they'll take a step to the other side, and then a step to the other side, and then they can turn and open. Now, that's super simple. It's just walking forward. And as courtesans, we want to look really pretty while we're doing that kind of thing. So it's pretty simple, that part. I'm not going to spend very much time on that because you can figure that on your own. I'm going to show you a small routine that I have put together, and then we will start breaking that down. So, all right, so you're going to start with your hands up, and I do this in a 4/4 count. And I'm going to go through the whole thing, and then we will slowly break it down. So, 2, 4, 6, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 2, 4, 6, 7, 1, 2. And that's it. That's the whole little routine that we're going to work on today. So, as I said, you're going to start by making sure that your veil is nice and tight in your hands. And you're going to bring it behind you and you're going to hold it up above high, right? And you're taking 4 steps forward, and it'll be 2 counts for each step. So I'm going to start with my left foot, because I believe that's what you're going to see it as, because we're backwards. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. From here, you're going to do what I call a 3-point spin. And let me practice that. Let me show you my feet first. So a 3-point turn is you step, 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 3 turns, and then you point. You can do it either direction. Have a question there?
Yeah, what kind of material are you using for the veil?
Yes, it's a Habitoy silk veil. I got it from Dharma Trading. That one is a circle veil, but you can also get a rectangular one. It doesn't matter as long as you hold it tight when you're walking with it.
And any particular weight of silk, or will anyone do?
Lighter weights seem to flow better. Heavier weights last longer. So it's a give and take. If you want to end up buying 2 in the same amount of time that you would be able to have the longevity of 1, the lighter ones flow better, the heavier ones last longer. That makes sense.
Yep.
All right, so 3-point turn. Again, 1, 2, 3 points. Does anybody have any questions about a 3-point turn? You're welcome to unmute yourselves if you have questions.
Can you do it again, please?
Yes. So it is step, then you turn and step, then you turn and step, and you point. Start that again. Oh, you're welcome. Step, 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 point. All right, so when I have the veil, you won't actually be able to see my feet. So you just did the walk forward, and you did 4 steps, 2 counts each. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you step, 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 and leave it to the side a little bit. Now, if you notice in some of those frescoes, you'll see the frescoes and some of the mosaics. You'll see that they're in this position, and a lot of times they're holding the veil this way, and when they turn, so it kind of does this thing, or they turn this way, that's what it is. And it flows away, but it's really hard to keep dancing if you let it go. So they could have been dropping it at that point. As I said, this is all super theoretical. So we're here, we just walked forward, holding the veil up high, step, 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 and here you drop down this way. And it should be fluid. You want to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can do that in any direction. So if you wanted to just stand there and do 3-point spins all the time, you could do it to your left, 2, 3, 4. Do it to the right, 2, 3. Now, somebody on a dance floor is probably going to get upset with you for taking up that much space. But if you're doing a performance, you should have the whole stage to yourself or with you and your crew. So we do 4 steps forward on an 8 count, 2 counts each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. And so one of the other things that you'll see red, and it's the one that everyone talks about all the time, there's the vibrating hips or thighs, vibrating thighs, I believe is what it was. There's also other text that you can read, and I did not put together a handout for this because we're being theoretical here. This is not to enter in a competition. It's to have fun and add to the medieval ambiance of a party or an entertainment. So you'll see a lot of like texts that talk about body movements and things that are fairly similar to what we call belly dance nowadays, but they're not really belly dance because you're dressed. And, but I decided that I would add a little hip circle in here. So it's just a single hip and it just goes up, out, down, down. So it's really hard to see my hips in this, but I'm lift, out, drop, back, lift, out, drop, back. Just a simple hip circle. So if you bring that in fluid, that is a full 8 count. You've walked forward. Now you 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the next part of this is actually the a part that I've had a few people ask me to go over a few times. It's called a real pull with your veil. And if you think about being in a very windy outdoor area, your veil is going to go flying around. But so you're here. I'm just going to go over it, and then we'll see if you guys have questions. You're here. You're going to bring your top hand, and you're going to bring it behind your head as you pull your bottom hand forward. And then you should end up with your veil in front of your body. So I'm going to get closer up here. I have my top hand. You can't see it anymore, but I'm going to bring it down behind my head. So I bring it down like this as I pull the other one forward. And you end up this way. Then I bring, this is my right hand. It probably looks like my left hand to you, but my right hand, I'm going to bring it around this way as I crisscross and pull it the other way. Now it looks like I'm doing the bull rider oblate kind of thing. So you're here, real pull around again, and you're there. Real pull around again, and you're here. Again, we're up like this. And I'm going to drop my upper hand behind my head. Real pull around, real pull around. While we're doing that, we're going to take we're going to take 2 steps to the right and then 2 steps to the left. The foot pattern looks like this. So we were over here, we were like this, and your foot pattern is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. With your veil, you will go, and remember we just did the hip circles. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So again, pointed toe, get where you can see my feet. And we go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, do we have any questions? Do we need to go over that a few more times?
Nothing in chat so far.
All right.
Unmute if you would like to ask questions as well. Chat or say it,
Yeah.
whatever you prefer.
All right, we will move forward. The next part is really easy. You just did your real pull. And so we were here. We did our 2 hip circles. We real pull this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're over here with your hand right here behind on top of your shoulder. And I'm going to do this from behind so that you can see what my hand is doing. And then we'll go to the front. So I'm going to take this shoulder and I'm going to put it up like here, like if it's a veil, like if it's attached to my bun. Right? And then I'm going to do a figure 8 flip. So what that looks like in front is I'm here, bring it up, flip, flip. And then we switch hands and flip, flip. So from behind, you are here, up, flip, flip, flip hands, flip, flip. So let's take that from the very beginning, and we're going to walk forward on an 8 count, 2 counts each step. We're going to do our 3-point spin, add in the little hip circles, and that's a second 8 count. And then we're going to do the real pull to the right and then to the left, and that's your third 8 count. And then we're going to do the flip, flip, and that's a 4 count. So 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, we'll do that again. And we'll start. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. So from there, what you're going to do is a crossover spin into a hop. So the crossover spin is you take one foot, and I'm going to take my right foot, I'm going to put it over my left foot, and now they're crossed over each other like this. And I'm going to use my right foot to push me around this way. So again, right over left, use your right foot to give you a push, and then you're back with your right is in the back and your left is in the front. Do that a few more times, right over left. You can do it the other way if you want to as well. Left over right. Don't fall over. And right over left. This is a fun one to do that little spin. Even if you have a really tight dance floor, you could you could just do that. I love that move. It's fun. You could be like this, and you could just go like this, and it's neat and it's fun. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna do that flip, turn, and we were just like this, right? So I want you to take the hand that's out, which is my left hand, it might be your right hand, and the foot's on the same side. I want you to flip it over. So right now this is my left foot and my left hand. And I'm going to, as I spin, I'm going to open my hands up. My veil's caught. I'm gonna open my hands up, and then I'm gonna pop my veil up like this. So I'm here, open my hands up, pop my veil up like this. And we're gonna do a hop when we pop the veil up, because it's gotta be more difficult. So here we go, we're gonna flip and then hop. The hop is like this. All right, so I am lifting my knee and jumping with my other foot. So lift. Kind of like skipping. Now if you're gonna skip, right? Feel like a kid, but it's just one hop like that. So we will put the veil like we just had it when we just did this and this, right? And we will put your left foot over, open up, and then hop. I'm going to try to do that to speed. And left forward. Left foot over, open up, hop. So from there, that was the end of the little combination that I put together here. But we're going to go over it a few more times. All right. So we're going to walk forward. And it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So I want to discuss a little bit of music with you guys. So I'm going to switch this video over to my lower camera. Make sure, yep, we're still recording. Okay, so Roman music. There is only one, and I believe it's actually Greek, that they found a plaster, like a statue that had it carved into it, some notes on there. And the song from it that people have tried to put together those notes came out to be like very chaotic. And I didn't think that was gonna go as fast as it did because it doesn't go that fast in my other classes. But it's, so I should have gotten the name of that song put down, but I ended up choosing a song that one of my dancers who's also a musician is going to turn into something that we can use with a recorder and drums, kind of just because that's what you get in the SCA. You get people who mostly play recorder drums type of things. Some people play really cool drums, and some people have lutes and other string materials. It would be using an aulos, if I'm saying that correctly, A-U-L-O-S, which is the double flute, which is really fun. But I don't know anybody who actually has one of those. So let me see if I can share a song with the song that we're doing this to with you. Give me a moment, I'll have to change my settings here. Does anybody have any questions? Anything? No. You guys are very quiet.
Teaching virtually can be a little disconcerting because you can't see the class.
It is. And mostly everybody has their video off. Yeah, so the song I chose for this is actually from Music from Ancient Rome, Volume 1. It's by a group called Sinalia, and this song was recorded back in 1996. This song is called Anima Vagul, and I'm going to play that for you now. This one is one of the less chaotic songs that I found out there that is plausible. So here we go. So that's basically the song that I chose to do with that particular dance. I'm gonna play the one before that so you can hear kind of how chaotic their songs can be. Be careful for your ears, it gets very loud. So that's a big difference when it comes to those. I'll share this in the chat so that you guys can, at least I will attempt to share it in the chat. How about that? Share, copy album link. And it's from Spotify, but you'll get the idea. You can find it someplace where you can use it. I believe it's on Apple, iTunes. You can get it on Amazon. I just use Spotify. So I will go ahead and try and do this to the music so that you can see the how you put the music and it together. It's going to take me a moment to get back out there. Let me get ready mostly. And I forgot to put it on the other camera, so I hope you were able to see that. Okay.
What was the name of the song from that album?
Anima Volga. It's the second song. Anima Vagul. It's the second song on that album. I'll put it on chat.
Perfect. I was just about to do that if you weren't.
Thank you. All right, so let's just go back over it a few more times. So we're going to take 4 steps forward, and it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me throw you guys for a loop and we'll do it from the other direction. How about that? So when you're going from, this is my right, but it probably looks like your left. I start with the left foot. I start with I start with the left foot. So from here, I would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So from the other direction, you're going to start with the other foot. I would start with my right foot on this side. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is when we're doing this part. 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And you hop with the opposite foot as well. So you could do it from both sides. So let's try from the other side. I have a hummingbird feeder right outside my window on the other side of the camera there, and there's a hummingbird just eating away or drinking away.
We have a question, which is where will the recording be posted?
That I don't know the answer to. I will give it to Barishnevra, and that I'm sure it'll be posted where other ones are posted. That would be my guess. Sorry, I don't have a better answer for that.
Once everything is posted, certainly things will be cross-linked on the Knowne Road Courtesans Facebook page and kind of publicized as much as possible with the teacher's permission. So,
Thank you. All right, so from the other side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. Now, I messed up there. You want to know how I messed up? Instead of taking my upper hand to come around and do the rope pull, I took my lower hand and did it. I started this way. So let's start from the beginning there. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I didn't do my other part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm not a professional, guys. I don't get paid for this. All right. There we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, with my dancers that I've been practicing with these past few months, we started learning this in May, I'm going to say, and we now all should kind of know how to do it from both sides, and we've split out the song to where we're going to go in 3 different groups. So there's going to be 2 people on each side. I'll have a counterpart, and we will walk forward together, 2, 3, 4. Then we will do our spin toward each other, right? So instead of like both of us going in the same directions, we're going to spin toward each other. So when I go this way, 2, 3, 4, the person who was on this side of me will be coming towards me at the same time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hopefully we'll have more room than my living room when that actual performance happens. Then at that point, group 1 stays there, and they're going to stay posed like this while group 2 goes up into that point. So group 1 will be up here. Group 2 will come up and do everything up to the spin and the hip circle. Then group 3 will come up and do everything up to the spin and the hip circle. And then we all, at the same time, go into the rope pull. So that's the plan so far with that. Then there's another part that it's a very Greek kind of line dance thing that we put together. And we have a few minutes here, so I'll go ahead and show you that as well. I took it from a group in Rome who does Roman reenactment dance. And to me, it looks very similar to the girls that you see, to the fresco that you see where there's a person in front holding their hand out and a person behind, and they walk forward together like that. And they recreated that, and it's a really neat thing. The dance group is called Ninfe Nereida Danse. Nereida is one of the goddesses, I believe. Let's see if I can find this. I apologize for not having it up before. As I said, with questions, you usually don't get this far this fast. So, a moment. Apparently, I watch way too much stuff on YouTube. And I'm gonna make that big, and then I'm going to come back over here and share my screen with you. All right, so after the hop, I bet you're wondering, what are you guys gonna do after that hop? The next part is we get into this line dance kind of thing, and I'm gonna play it for you so you can see what happens. You're gonna have 12 counts to get into line. I'm not a fan of this song, so I'm turning it off. And 1, 2, 3, back, 2, dip, look, pose, and then you walk forward. But I know that most of you have probably seen frescoes that look very similar to the movement that they're doing right now. It's just holding the hands, walking forward. But that is what will come after that part. I will stop share. Right, so what would you guys like me to do now? Do you want me to go over it a few more times? Do you have any questions? Is there a part that you need a little bit more help with? No? All right, well, that's what I had for you guys today. I can keep going over it if you want. I guess it'll be good practice. Let me keep going over it.
Thank you. It's been wonderful.
Thank you. I'm glad you were here. All right. And as I said before, don't quote me and try to enter this in a competition. This is for fun. This is to try and create some more period-esque dancing when we're out there doing our thing. So, here we go. And it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's switch that camera. All right. And you can see more than my torso. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. And from the other side. Remember to start with the opposite foot. So over here, I was starting with this, with the inside. I'm going to call this the inside foot because it's the inside of the rug. So over here, I'm also going to start with the inside foot because I want to be able to make that spin in the right direction. So if you start with the wrong foot, you won't be able to spin in the right. It'll be awkward. It'll be an awkward spin. So, all right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then now I'm just spinning around because it's fun. Right. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah! My veil got messed up. This is why you practice, guys, over and over again. So for those who don't know, I want to show you how I'm holding my veil in my hands. See if you can see that there. I'm holding it, they call this like a scissor grip, I believe. And I'm just barely holding it in my hands just like that. Right between my index and middle finger. All right. right, so let's start from the beginning again and not get my veil all caught up inside of me and maybe remember all the moves. All right, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yay, I did it. All right. And we're going to do that again. Number inside foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So another thing about costume, about your garb, that I did not mention earlier. I did mention make sure that it is short enough that you're not tripping over it. If you look at some of them, you can get them just a little bit shorter than this. Like you might see some ankles in it for you. Going back to Greek times, they had them really short, but and if you want to do a Greek version, you could probably do that as well. But they also, a lot of them were really short sleeved. So instead of having a little bit of, like this one actually comes to here on me when it's all out. But when it's all belted up, it comes way up like this. But some of them look very similar to like a stola. And a stola is the one that just has like a, kind of, you just pin it right at the shoulder. And I could probably show you an image of that as well.
There's also a question about the size and shape of your veil.
Oh, okay. The veil that I'm using, it's a circle veil, but you can also use a rectangle one. It does not have to be a circle veil. As long as you're getting the lighter weight habitoy, the lighter weight is going to give you more flow. A thicker weight is going to last longer, and it'll still be as flowy. And the size, you know what? I have a box. I just ordered some more because I'm going to be dyeing some more soon. Why don't I just open the box? We'll have a little unveiling. How about that? No pun intended. All right, so Dharma trading box. Now I'm wishing I had a knife. We'll use a pen. And I will show you exactly what I buy. So this is the type of dye I use. You can see that. It is Dharma acid dye. This one is one of their purple ones. It's called lichen. I can get that to, that will not focus, will it? Oh. But for the red veil, I use their fire engine red. The Dharma acid dye, fire engine red. You need citric acid with that as well. Let's see if that's better without, yeah. L-I-C-H-E, and this is going to be a purple. And then the veil sizes are 45 by 108. So 45 inches by 108 inches is the one that I got. And I can't figure out how to open the bag. But they come stark white. And they're lots different when you get them, but this is the veil. I'm going to be doing it dyed pretty soon. But they come with an already rolled hem, which I love. If you've ever tried to roll a silk hem, it's not the easiest. Well, I mean, it's easy, it's just tedious. Ooh, this. Oh, I got rectangle ones for the next batch. Hey, I forgot I did that. So these are the rectangle ones. And I can show you that they basically have the same flow. So you walk, you can see. It's just a square instead of the circle veil that I had the last one, or a rectangle. And once I wash it, it'll get lighter like this one. See how this, I really can't tell, but it's super light, and this one still has some of the sizing on it, so it's very stiff. But once I dye it and wash it, it'll get really soft and crinkly like this one. So I forgot I ordered rectangles. That's exciting. See, any other questions? All right. I think I'm going to go ahead and end it here. The veil, the circle veil is probably about a 108 as well. 108 by 45 would be my guess. I can see what I ordered in the past. My orders. All right, so the habitoy was 45 by 104, the semicircle veil. Those run about 20.65 each. The rectangle one, again, was 108 by 45. Is that what I just said? Yeah, 108 by 45, and those are 22 and change each. So, and the dies, the little dies are $6 each. So, if you guys had a question. Yep, same to paint banners with, same thing I use. Except I use a different dye for my banners. My banners, I will use like their heat words. I don't have my brain locked on my head. I'd lose it too. So for the dyes, I use Dynaflow. That's what it's called. It's the Jacquard Dynaflow, DYENAFLOW, Dynaflow. That's what I use for banners, which is different than the acid dyes. So, all right. Thank you guys for joining me today. I hope you had fun. I look forward to maybe seeing some of you in person at some point and hopefully dancing with you, whether it be with a veil, without a veil, Roman, Persian, just having a good time.
Thank you so much. It's been beautiful and inspirational.
Thank you.
Thank you for an absolutely outstanding class.
Thank you. If anybody ever has any questions, my info was on the sign-up list, the sheet with all the classes. December Montesino is my real name. SCA name is Catalina Arazuri. I'm from Palantir. And again, I look forward to seeing you all soon.